Good morning on this April the 25th, 2025. I'm going to do a deep analysis into my psyche, into my ego. And it surrounds a comment that a friend made this morning about my most recent musing, which I titled, "This is one of the greater teachings or greater things that Jesus did not get to teach." And the comment of my friend was that Jesus already taught that, not in our highly censored Bibles, but in the Essene writings, etc., etc. So of course that pricks my ego a little bit. And the way my ego hears that is that kind of like what King Solomon said in Ecclesiastes, there's nothing new under the sun, right? So we have this dichotomy of Jesus saying, you will do and teach greater things, and then Solomon saying, there's nothing new under the sun. It's been taught before, probably, but I'll expose to you the psychological process within myself. My ego feels insulted that it cannot know new things that have never been taught before. That is insulting to the ego. I recognize that. But now comes the razor blade, the razor's edge. That place is so thin. And I'm very aware of it. So on the one hand, my ego is a bit pricked and thinks, well, you mean I can't know any greater thing than Jesus knows? And come on, let's go. So that's my ego side acting up. But then on the other side, my soul. So the ego side is on alert now. It feels a little bit miffed, that I can't know anything greater than Jesus knew. On the other side, the flip side of that, the negative side, is that you fall into a depression because, again, that sentiment is laced with, you don't matter. You don't really bring anything new to the table. Jesus already said everything there was to be known. All right. Let's say that's correct. That puts a big dent into my myself, my ego self, my human self. And it's very deflating. It's very deflating. And I don't think it is meant to be I don't think we're meant to live in this imbalance of either being overly inflated or deflated. I think some of these things do belong to us, and we should own them. We really should own them. And also another thing is we're always referencing Jesus Now, okay, so this is not new. This is not greater knowledge. It's buried somewhere in the books, that were destroyed. Somewhere Jesus taught this. So, our focus is directed back to Jesus as the teacher, as the master teacher. And we can't possibly know things, through our own consciousness. And so it sends us back into history, sends us looking for the truth back there somewhere by these scenes. Yeah, that's backwards. My soul and my ego don't agree with that. And I'm not saying you have to agree with me. I'm just working out these feelings in me. How to bring balance, to not feel, like I say, it's such a thin, fine line, not to feel overinflated and declare myself the wisest person in the universe. That is preposterous. But on the other side, also not deflate myself and defer to Jesus again and make myself small. You see what I mean? It's such a fine line between not becoming overinflated, but also not to make ourselves small. If you make yourself small and diminish yourself, you bring disease, dis-ease back into your being. So, it is a very delicate balance. Whew. And I haven't mastered it yet. And I tell you one thing, you can't ever kill the ego. Your ego is part of the alarm system. And yes, we don't like feeling the negative aspects of ego, but it all belongs together. It's all required to bring justice, to bring balance within our being. And yeah, so I am weighing this morning. I am bringing balance to my ego and my soul, that the one is not lifted up too high and the other is not lowered too much, right? But this is what happens when we drop out of the higher consciousness and reason things out in the linear timelines. So yeah, just sharing my not so brilliant side this morning, and trying to explain how that affects my conscious realm, how that affects my ego, how that affects my soul, and how to maintain a balanced awareness that will keep my body in peace. I hope this helps somebody this morning. I was debating on whether to make this video or not, but of course I do, because I like to keep things real. I like to keep the life of the renegade real, and I feel these things very much, but I'm aware of them, and so I can correct them by, again, bringing justice, bringing the balance back into my being. Have a fantastic day, and I am off to a long day at work at the farm today. Beautiful day. Not a chemtrail or cloud in the sky yet. Let's hope it'll stay that way. I mean, these are beautiful skies.